This is the Signal 51 Chronicles, a special edition for breaking current events. It's certainly not breaking news, but I'm John Henry. This is Jake White, retired sergeant of the Fort Worth Police Department. So, all right, let's go to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minnesota, the land of Humphrey, the land of 10,000 lakes. Walter Mondale. Who's the wrestler?
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura, former governor.
Yes.
It's in this state where the hottest topic is simmering, that the shooting death of Renee Goode by an ICE officer. Mrs. Goode and reportedly her wife were, by all appearances, running interference on an ICE operation. We still don't know many of the facts as of this broadcast. But it has, of course, been a wash of politics from the typical corners of that part of the earth. The ideologues and political activists were out in force, organizing and raising money off this poor woman's death. So what we're here to do is hopefully borrow the expertise of a retired law enforcement officer, that being Jake White, and we are going to take the taint of politics out of it and take a look at what appears to be happening in these videos we've seen. There are two notable ones. One of the ICE officer telling her to stop, and then the shooting. Then she tries to pull off, and the shooting occurs. And then another one, which I believe is the video of one of the ICE officers. So you watched the video for the first time.
Just got done watching the cell phone video. I've never seen this angle before. There's a couple things. One, we don't know. Number one, this doesn't look like it was a planned enforcement event, meaning it was kind of spur of the moment. I think that for whatever reason, they're trying to get the driver out of the car. Whatever she was accused of doing.
Who knows why? Well, it appears that she's impeding, but we don't know.
She could be impeding. I mean, at the end of the day, now they are donned and fully in their, I guess I'll call them uniforms. It's clear that they're
law enforcement.
I don't think there's any disputing that fact. This doesn't look like it was a planned takedown, and I say that because this guy's circling the car with his cell phone out.
Well, and this video shows that Ms. Goode and the other lady clearly know who they are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Okay. That's a good way to. Yeah. They're not arguing, because if they didn't, they would probably be screaming from the rooftops, "Who are you guys? What did we do?" or whatever.
They clearly know who they are.
Yeah. They're not going to be like actually making fun of one of them.
Right.
So in terms of what he did, right? I mean, I think that you have to look at the background of what their background is. Everybody assumes that just because they have a badge and a gun and all the other stuff, that their training and experience are the same. That can be very far from the truth. These guys, as a whole, there's no guarantee that they have experience in dealing with things like traffic stops or in dealing with agitators. Your beat cop, your street cops, I think it probably, if just in my experience and what I've seen, I think it probably would have been a little bit different, or a lot of bit different, if it were a couple of Minneapolis PD guys, or you name it, PD guys. They're used to approaching cars. They're used to dealing with people agitating crowds. They're used to these kind of things.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the goal was. That's the one thing I don't know. Like, were they there?
What the ICE goal was?
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, exactly.
Were they going to an operation?
Right.
carrying on operation. We
Are
don't
they
know that.
part of it? I have no idea. Now, in terms of walking in front of the car and things like that. Now, seeing the first video that I saw where it was down the street, it looked like I just simply assumed he was getting out of his car, approaching the driver's side door. Well, after seeing this, that's not the case. He had already circled the vehicle.
Right.
He's got his cell phone camera out, or yeah, it's got to be a cell phone.
Right.
He has a cell phone camera out, so I don't know that he had fear. I mean, just watching what I saw, I don't know that I would necessarily had fear of she didn't display any signs like she was going to violently run him over. Right. Now, clearly her actions changed.
Right.
And she did put it in drive when he was in front of the car. So I don't know that I'm going to be critical of him walking in front of the car necessarily. At the end of the day, though, I think it goes back to the experience level of these guys that are out there, right? I mean, again, street cops they deal with these high stress scenarios day in and day out. There's not really an office element to their job. Things are on the fly a lot of times. There's very little, if any, that's really pre-planned, right? So, like I said, I think, I could be wrong, but I think there would have been a different outcome, a different response. Now, the question I keep hearing was, what he did, was it wrong? I don't know what's right and wrong, right? Is black and white the law, right and wrong? Is your subjective opinion on how it's handled, is that right or wrong?
For a street cop, let's say, what are the rules of engagement for something like this?
Well, I don't even look at this like an engagement.
Well, I mean, the car's pulling in front of him. He might believe that she's trying to run him over.
Yeah.
So
that's all he's got to convey.
You're legally justified in using lethal force in that case. Is that right?
I think from what I've heard, I think that is the justification. And perhaps he was fearful. I mean, I would hope he was fearful she was going to run. I mean, he shot her, right? I mean,
well, your activists are saying he executed her. He, was not in fear of his life. He just wanted to kill her, essentially, is what they're saying. But which, of course, I think is ridiculous. But I don't know anybody would want to do that.
Well, and that's the other thing. I mean, I certainly never worked with somebody that was like, hey, I can't wait to go shoot someone today.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to do that.
Exactly.
Like I said, do I think he wanted to? No. Was there other options available? In hindsight, sure.
Now,
there were other options.
Well,
available.
everything's 20/20 in hindsight, right? So this officer reportedly had been involved in a dragging incident 6 or 8 months prior, which he was pretty seriously injured. And I'm wonder if I wish I'd known if I knew the actual timeline of when he was injured, when he came back to duty, and when this incident happened. There is some suggestion that perhaps he might have come back to work too early. Perhaps he didn't undergo whatever protocol,
psychological
training, right? Post event training, post event psychological stuff before he went back out there. Is that a thing? Like if you're involved in a shooting, for example, or involved in an accident, let's say in Fort Police you're dragged, by somebody and you're seriously hurt. They don't just bring you back, or do they?
Well, it's different now. I mean, there's a whole shift to the mental health, wellness, etc.
Right, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's a complete shift towards that now. That it did not necessarily exist in my day, if you will. But I mean, would he have gone to something after being dragged before? I mean, I suppose if he said, "Hey, this kind of messed me up, not physically but mentally," then there are resources available to him. Yeah. Yeah. Now, whose call is, that's the thing. I don't know anything about ICE, so I don't know whose call it is to say, hey, he's good to go, put him back in back.
Yeah, I guess that's the question is, should there be mandatory, not whether he asked for it or not, but should there be some sort of mandatory.
Does that work?
I don't know.
There's no way of knowing. At the end of the day, I mean, again, it's impossible to say right and wrong, at least for me, because I don't know any facts prior to this cell phone video. I know nothing were they there for a reason? I don't know any background of her, so I know absolutely no facts that says what he did was wrong or what he did was right. I have no clue because I don't know what led up to this. Like I said, do I think the response would have been different if it was a cop that's out on the street every day, stopping cars, dealing with people daily? Yes, because their training is different, their academies are different, their experiences are different, and the list goes on. The other thing is I think their stress level or their tolerance to stress level for the most part is different too. Most of the time, your active police officer, especially in a big city such as Minneapolis, frequently find themselves in high stress environments. And they respond to what could be absolute chaos to you is maybe just a smidge of chaos to them, right? It doesn't impact their decision makings as much as it would the layman. And again, like I said, I don't know the background of this ICE guy. I don't know the background of this team unit, whatever it is. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, did he have other options? It looks like it.
So, what about this idea of political activists running interference on law enforcement operations?
Well, I mean, you know,
That's it's dangerous to begin with, right?
she has no choice in it, right? I mean, again, that's where this makes this the impossible. It was clear that she was being detained or she was going to be placed under arrest. They either had reasonable suspicion or probable cause. In their mind, it was clear. They're trying to open her door. So her driving off was not an option. And that's what she did, right? Now, with where he was positioned and what he felt and what he believed,
Who knows?
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea, but that's what I'm saying. That's where it's hard because at the end of the day, her option was to comply. Whether he's in front of the car, tactically the safest place, no. Especially again after watching the video, I mean, you know, ideally it would have been better if he was off on the driver's side, so they're not like you don't have like a crossfire scenario or something like that. But this did not appear to be a high stress encounter initially.
No, not until she put it in
And drive. And that's the thing. I mean, that's what's hard. I mean, is what he did, is it illegal? Can he be charged with a crime? I think that's going to be interesting. Mm-hmm. I think it seems unlikely that he's going to be indicted in the Fed system.
Certainly not.
I mean, it seems that way thus far, but what happens in Hennepin County? Is he indicted by the Hennepin County DA's office?
Right.
And then if he is indicted, what happens?
Yeah.
Do they go pick him up in D.C. or Florida or where? Because that's the thing. These guys, from what I understand, are coming from all over the U.S.
All over the U.S., I'm sure. Yeah.
So then what? I mean, that's where this, like I said, we've never seen anything like this. We've never seen this division, so to speak. And that's why I think that part of it's going to be interesting. Again, like I said, what he did, right, wrong, I don't know. I don't have any of the facts. And I think that, you know, we all just assume that that he's going to go scot-free. Maybe he doesn't, right? We don't know what the investigation's going to show. What if the investigation reveals something completely out of left field?
Yeah, I mean, well, I suppose the investigation will center around these videos and interviews with him, right? Because
yeah, oh, absolutely. And that's it. That's the other thing. I mean, that's kind of one of the other things that's unique with. I mean, not necessarily unique with law enforcement, but I mean, you know, you don't have a choice but to provide answers. If you don't provide answers, then you get fired. Now you're providing answers on scenarios that the stakes are quite high, mm-hmm. right? And so I don't know. It's a tragedy all the way around. Yes,
yeah, of course.
Should she have stopped? Yes. I mean, there's but again, who knows? That's the thing. None of us know what led them to this position.
Well, and it seems to me that it wasn't very well thought out either, because if they comply, then they delay them even more, right? So, they stall them even more.
Well, it's impossible to without knowing the entire facts, and that's the reality is the investigation is going to be done. They're going to look into it. They're going to examine, his mindset or his mind frame going into this, because again, it is clearly look at when you watch this, he has a cell phone out.
Do they not wear body cams?
Probably not. They probably, frankly, again, they're not typically in an environment to where
They're involved with stuff.
they're involved. Yeah, and they probably not all of them have them. I think I don't know how many people work for ICE. I would imagine 10,000 plus, but it just doesn't look high stress to me, right? That's where she's kind of making fun of him, and then that guy comes walking up, and he's like, "Okay, well, I'll go around to this side.
I think she tells him, "Go get lunch or something.
Go get a sandwich, big boy."
because we'll be still around or
Yeah.
something like that." It's kind of what
Yeah.
I took from that, but
I don't know. It's tragedy all the way around.
yeah, it's a terrible situation for sure, and it's always better just to stay out of the business of
Yeah.
law enforcement.
Yeah.
Because you never know what they're dealing with and what they're involved with or what they're doing. So, all right. I don't know if that answers any questions or not, but thanks for watching.